All right, everyone. We are 1 week removed from Canelo Álvarez, the 168-pound King's title defense versus William Skull. Now that we've had a week to digest it, I just want to get your early thoughts. Las Vegas, Nevada, Legion Stadium, Terence Crawford versus Canelo Álvarez at 168 pounds. Let's just hear your early thoughts and your preview for this mega fight.
Pretty much the same as it was a long time ago when they first announced this fight, and everybody thought I was crazy, which they often think. What are you going to do? They thought I was whatever. Come on. I like Crawford. I like Crawford then. I like him now. I liked him before Canelo looked not so good in his last fight, obviously. I thought it was going to be... I just think Crawford's real special. I think Canelo's really good. Really good. But I think Crawford is special. I know he hasn't fought the resume everyone wants, but you have that or you don't have that ingredient. I think he has it. I see it. The timing, the instinct, the eyes, the ability to be chilly cold, not just cold and calm, but chilly cold, where you can see things other people don't see and react to it. I know he didn't have a great performance when he moved up to 154, but he was fighting a good fighter. He was fighting a guy that fought a very difficult style at that moment, and he was fighting at a weight class that was foreign to him, and we had to give him a minute. Nobody wants to give anyone a minute in this business. You're supposed to be great. You got to be great every minute. But I gave him a minute to kind of get his feet settled at a new weight class. And he still did what he had to do to win. But I still see the greatness. The greatness is within Crawford. It's in his desire. It's in his mind. It's in his makeup. It's in his background, where he came from. That there's something about, just like a Sugar Ray Leonard had that something about him when he's a junkyard dog, when he has to be a junkyard dog. And with all the intangible gifts that I just touched on, not just that the ones that we already know, that he has speed, he's got power, I know he's moving up in weight class, can he carry it, but those intangibles, I believe that he has them. And like I said, when the fight was still first mentioned, I should say, I picked him. And now it's a little bit more fashionable. It's a little bit, more easier for people to say, oh, yeah, I can see Crawford winning. And why? Well, Canelo's last performance, real quick, what could it be? I already went over this. You want to hear it in a deeper breakdown? Go back and listen a week ago, 2 weeks ago, whenever the fight was, to our podcast. And I break it down. I break it down point by point. But right now, I just give an overview of it. Canelo, he's either old man time, that undefeated guy. He finally caught up to him. He's old, he's slow. Or here's another one. I already touched on, but I'll say it again. And you could get mad again. Or you could agree again. It's up to you, whatever. But he's made so much money that the urgency's not there. The fire's not there. At least it wasn't there a week ago. At least I say that. It wasn't there a week ago. Maybe it'll be there now. Maybe he's the kind of guy that, and I get it, that at this point in their career, it has to be a big fight to get up. That Canelo can't get up for these fights. He couldn't get up for that fight. All right. If you want to go down that road, go ahead. But my road is still possible. That he got old, that just doesn't have that fire no more. Oh, my God, I'm going to say this one. That maybe he's a little overrated. I listen, I know he's tremendous. He's tremendous. But could he be a tiny bit overrated? If you look at some of his biggest fights, the fights where you had to be great to win, that you fought great fighters or near great fighters, you could make the argument that he lost the first Triple G. He didn't embarrass himself, but he got a draw. Second one, you could make the argument he lost that. I know it was a different kind of fight, and he got better, but you can make that. You can make the argument he lost to Lara. He did lose to Mayweather. You can make the argument it was too young in his career. Maybe. Although it wasn't that young. He turned pro when he was 15 or 16. He was 23. He was already pro for how many years? For 8 years, 7 years. But then again, you could still make that argument. Okay, at the end of the day, I think I said this before people killed me, but I said it before it was as easy to say as it is maybe now with Canelo coming off a bad night. I said that this reminds me, and it could be like Pacquiao when he fought De La Hoya. Pacquiao, everyone loved De La Hoya. You forget so fast. You guys got short memories. You forget how all of you said De La Hoya was going to kill him. They didn't know a lot about Pacquiao. It was his real coming out party, and he was too big for Pacquiao, and he was going to kill him, the whole thing, and I picked Pacquiao every day, twice on Sunday. I said he's going to be too fast. He's going to be too quick. He's going to box circles around him. That's what he's going to do. Now, I know there's a caveat here. I know you could say, well, Pacquiao was dead at the weight. We didn't know that going in. I don't know if he was. Maybe he was. I don't know. But then you could say, well, maybe Canelo is old. If you're going to make that excuse for De La Hoya, did I say Pacquiao by accident?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Oscar. I'm
with
you.
I meant, I'm sorry. Of course, it wasn't Pacquiao dead at the weight. Oscar was dead at the weight. So people would say that. Okay, we didn't know it at the time. We still don't know for sure. Maybe that was part of it. But I'll go back. If you want to do that, I'll go back and say, okay, what are you going to be saying after this one? You might be saying Canelo was too old. Canelo got old. This, that, whatever. So at the end of the day, looking forward off of the last fight with Canelo, I like Crawford every bit as much as I did before that Canelo fight, and even more now. That's how much I like him.
Yeah, and Vegas is starting to agree with you. The early line is now Canelo minus 220, Terence Crawford plus 170. It was a little wider before last week's fight. So it is getting a little tighter in that way. And this will be the first promotion for Dana White in boxing under the TKO banner. So this is his coming out party in the boxing world. September 14th. It's going to be a big one. We'll be back as we get closer to that one, and we'll give you a fight plan and Teddy's final prediction before that one begins.
Boy, oh boy, that's not a bad one to come out for, is it? That's not a bad. You got to hand it to Mr. White. He earned it. He earned it. He put himself up in that position. But man, you know, that's what you come out with your first boxing fight. Then you come out with that one. That's pretty good.
Not too bad.
Not too bad. Not too bad.